Hey guys, welcome to part 9 of June's Food Forest Tours. Hope you're doing well today. Heading on to this row, we're on that past row that's starting off with the pomegranate and the plum tree right there. We'll head over to this row with the, this is another European plum. Got lots of lettuce right there in the sunlight. Probably once those some of those dock plants are finished where the other ones are at, probably lettuce will maybe kick back a little bit like this. As you can see, there was dock there and it kind of just naturally kind of growing up like this and kind of naturally falls over. So I could probably cut out the other ones with the other lettuce, but I think I'll probably just let it kind of do this because it'll probably be on its way out very soon, I would think. Cucumbers came up really well in this section. Got a lot in here that are doing really well. You can see they're already starting to flower. That one's really big right here. Also got a few flowers, look like they're about starting to form right down there. These look really, they'll have some potential. I think there's a squash down there. Might be, I think it's a cucumber actually. Kind of got a deformed leaf. There's some carrots right there. Carrots are looking really good. Got some lettuce down in the bottom of this one too. European plum. This was just transplanted over to here. From it, if you remember from the previous videos, it was beside the pomegranate over there, the big pomegranate. But I moved it away and over to kind of its own little section over here. Let's see how that's doing. It's looking good. It looks like it's got some new shoots starting to form right there on the left and right. So that's looking good. Got a pineapple guava right over there. Really excited for those. There's some few carrots right there on the top in there. Got some blueberries. This blueberry's pretty tall. There's actually a ripe one right in there. Go ahead and grab that. I love blueberries. I probably should have picked some ripe ones on the other tree, but since this was just one on this one, I'll go back and do that later. This apple tree was supposedly supposed to do really well here. Or at least I would have thought. It originated from kind of a similar climate to our supposedly about the same growing area in the southeast. It's supposedly a Terry Winter apple tree. So haven't had any fruit yet, of course. So I don't know if it's for sure that it's that variety, but I would be willing to guess it would be. And but looks like it's severely affected by maybe like a powdery mildew possibly, or some other type of mildew. As you can see, both tips, kind of on the right, that one's kind of already completely fallen over. That one may have been a bug, but it's probably the same thing. And the mildew, the one on top's completely died back for the most part. So it'd be really interesting to see if the tree comes back from that, or if it continues to struggle. And I had really high hopes for this variety, so be interesting to see how that goes. The blackberry right in there doing good, starting to get some growth on it. The dock's falling over, will have some sunlight, more sunlight coming to it. Little blueberry right there looking good. Got another pineapple guava, just planted these two along with the grapes and other things, so really excited for that plant. Hopefully we'll get some of them after a while. Trench on this row kind of extends the full length of it all the way down to the end down there, and it goes all the way down into this pool. Just looking back, I probably should have put less pools in this food forest, just because the soil is already pretty wet here. I probably should have made it more ditch-like I wanted to have the wildlife that came with the pools, and have definitely seen the benefits of that so far. Um, I just looking right down here, I just see like some type of big water beetle. The tadpoles are everywhere. As I was talking about on the sunny day the other day, I mean, it was just filled with the dragonflies. Were everywhere. Like, I've never seen that many dragonflies in my life anywhere. And all different kinds, big ones, small ones, like brown ones, and like brightly colored ones, like the beautiful blue and greens. So it's just adding a lot of wildlife. And as I was talking about, it seems like a lot of the solitary beneficial wasp species, that are they're really interesting to watch. You see super tiny ones, that are probably 2 or 3 millimeters long, and probably even tinier ones that I can't see that I've read about, a little bit. But and then there's the bigger ones, and like I was mentioning, that one that just jumped into a spider web and grabbed the spider and went away. And so just seeing all kinds of beneficial insects coming here is just amazing. And I think the pools are probably attracting the dragonflies mainly. I'm sure they're attracted to some of the other stuff too, having the wild plants growing. I think the wasps are probably having all the wild plants is probably a main attractor for the wasps. So with those two main insects that are kind of at least in significant numbers would be new to that coming here, I think that they will take a pretty good toll on the pests here. So really, really excited. I probably should have done less, maybe fewer pools, especially one thing I'm noticing is, I've got one kind of right over the ridge right there, and then there's one on this side of the ridge. It would have been easier to access if I didn't have like a pool on each side of the ridge. Just something I would do different in the future. I can still get over there, but it's not that fun. And it's mainly just because it's such a skinny ledge. Most of the water drains out of these pools, or at least is really shallow on the edges, so I can still get over there pretty easily, but it's definitely more challenging. So I may end up maybe filling in, or not completely filling it in, but maybe converting like maybe one of those pools, maybe that one over there, since it has a second one on its same aisle kind of already. And so maybe leaving this one, but maybe just creating that one into a ditch that would continue flowing the water down this way, just so I can access that better. There's also another pool kind of right there, so it kind of creates the same issue kind of right here. It's a little bit hard to get to. As you can see, it's pretty steep right here. And then that kind of caved in on me yesterday when I stepped on that slim little ledge. So that's something I would do different, is just make sure I have, because it's not a big deal really if it's on one side, as long as you have access from one side, but having it on both sides makes it a little tricky to get to, because as long as you can get to one side of it, generally, I'm having this set up so that I don't have a lot of maintenance. So if I'm really very rarely needing to do anything over here except for harvest it, and most of it will eventually transfer into perennials, but it still would be nice to maybe have a little bit more room there, either have the ponds thinner or have a little bit more separation, with a little bit bigger walkway that it could just be a foot bigger would really be enough to just be able to get there better. But kind of learning as I'm building all this. So really, really interesting though so far, and having a lot of fun doing it. So I hope you guys are enjoying this, because it's really fun for me to create all this and grow all this hopefully good food, and share it with others, and hopefully give you encouragement to do the same, especially in areas like here where it's very uncommon to be growing things with nature, and trying to do it supernaturally, with no irrigation or watering or fertilizing or spraying of any kind, even organic sprays. So trying to get it develop food growing to be super easy, super low cost, super low maintenance to make it so that we can basically revolutionize the food growing and be able to do it on a home scale and grow amazing food. So I hope this is helpful, and I hopefully it'll get even easier and learning more as I go along. So but really having fun so far, and that apple tree is looking really healthy. And it's kind of one main shoot on that one. I think that was kind of the last one I did. So far as setting up the mound, and I mulched it, but then I added some, I think I dug this pool out and I added a lot more soil on top of that. So it's looking really healthy though, and it's probably, let's see, I'm standing on level ground. It was planted on level ground originally, so it's probably almost 6 feet tall. It's kind of eye height right there, looking at near the top of the cage right there, and probably I'll start branching out, I would guess, sometime soon. Looking really good. And this was the smallest apple seedling right here, and it's looking really good. A little rabbit got in there and kind of munched some of the leaves off. I don't think it munched the top though, thankfully, or it may have, but it's coming back and looking really good and really healthy. And blueberry right here. I think there may be there's a blackberry kind of right in the middle right there. It's kind of coming up through that, looking good. Got the elderberry right there that's looking really healthy. It's all spreading all out. Some of the limbs had kind of fallen over a little bit, so I kind of buried them in soil when I was digging out the pool right here. So even those side shoots are looking really good. You can see there's a big one on the left right there, and then a few right in front and to the right there. And elderberry is probably pushing 9 feet right now. Really growing a lot, looking super healthy. So really excited to see that doing good. Thanks for tuning in to this part of the Food Forest Tour, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.